David Mwanza. We take a look at the headlines. 3 students at the University of Zambia, Onza, have been suspended for allegedly masterminding the Saturday students' protest over a power outage. An unknown woman has dumped a newly born baby in a sewer pond in Overspill compound in Choma, Southern Province. And finally, in sports news, the 2018 FIFA World Cup has kicked off with the hosts Russia currently playing Saudi Arabia in the opening match of the championship. Three students at the University of Zambia, Onza, have been suspended for allegedly masterminding the Saturday, June 9, 2018 student protest over a power outage case at the institution. The 3 students are Wina Mwinde with computer number 14122847, Richard Malambo with computer number 14128594, and Mishek Kakonde with computer number 14002744, all in the School of Education. Onza Public Relations Manager Damaseke Chibale has confirmed the suspension of the 3 students in a statement, saying this is with immediate effect pending hearing of their case by the Student Board of Discipline. Meanwhile, Higher Education Minister Nkandou Luo has withdrawn bursaries from the students. Professor Luo has said at a media briefing in Lusaka that the respective students will not be put back on bursary even after their suspension is lifted.
To be filled with men and women, boys and girls who are seriously wanting to be educated. And when education in a country is flawed, you end up with some of the things we are experiencing through the social media. An educated person is a person that when they read anything, they have an analytical mind.
During the protest, which happened around 19 hours, the students blocked part of the Great East Road and further damaged a private vehicle belonging to a Lusaka resident. In sad news, a 2-year-old boy has been burnt to death after the house the minor was sleeping in caught fire in Rufunsa District, Lusaka Province. In another incident in Mansa, Lopula Province, 2 people have died after they were buried when a tunnel in which they were digging for manganese collapsed on them. Police Assistant Spokesperson Godfrey Chilabi has confirmed the 2 incidents in a statement availed to TV2 News today. Mr. Chilabi says the Rufunsa incident happened yesterday around 20 hours at Mutumbira village in Chief Bundabunda's area. He has explained that the fire is believed to have been triggered by a brazier which was left burning inside the house where the boy was sleeping. And Mr. Chilabi has identified the deceased in the Mansa incident as Joseph Mlenga, aged 27, and a 15-year-old juvenile, all of Sub-Chief Malala's area. He says the incident happened yesterday, Wednesday, June 12, 2018, around 16 hours at Chipepu mine located in Sub-Chief Malala's area. The bodies of the deceased have since been retrieved. An unknown woman has dumped a newly born baby in a sewer pond in Overspill compound in Choma, Southern Province. The body of the baby was found at the Southern Water and Sewage Company ponds, attracting scores of onlookers. The incident is believed to have happened immediately after the unidentified woman gave birth. Details in this report.
Overspill compound in Choma woke up to a shocking Wednesday morning when they found a newly born baby floating in a sewer pond. The baby is believed to have been dumped by an unknown woman immediately after delivery. And the residents are not happy with the situation and want the victim to be identified and charged accordingly.
Na mwana waenda utaye kujigoro ahibe kuti njanda jigoro atarumini honse pe kambu chasara nchintu yomwe twelete kuti notupana mwati kanyika tuhibe kuti ino buponi bwesu buli buti ino meboli ndakaharwa ndakaba buti hena bagandisowa ino ni bagandisowa hena nindaliko munyiko muna tatwelete kujitabo asato bahari twede kubona mwana wangu hena mwana wangu napona ulirureme hena naye hena uliruzi.
Zambia National Women's Lobby chairperson Beauty Katebe, who rushed to the scene, wants women to take responsibility of their actions.
Surprising that we have people in Zambia today that wouldn't want to see the results of their action. I say this because a child doesn't come from the blues, because that's a life of a child that we don't know that it would have been, but thrown in the pond like that. It's very, very unfortunate. But then we want to see that if we have issues like that, the police should ensure that a culprit is picked up and be brought to book.
The ponds, which belong to the Southern Water and Sewerage Company, SWASCO, have been a source of concern for most residents here.
This gives a proper sign to water and sewerage to protect their infrastructure by fencing it. Because it's not only this incident, but other kids may happen to fall into the ponds.
However, SWASCO has assured the residents of immediate action.
Actually, we do have plans in place to have the pond secured. It's something that has been there, and definitely before the month end of June, we're going to have them fenced. Like in all other installations that we have across Southern Province, most of them are fenced. It's just these ones that are here. And the only problem that we normally face is you find when you fence them, people, the same community, they come to vandalize. But for this, and it's a shame that such an incident has happened here.
By press time, police in Choma were still investigating the matter. Nchimunya Nalumpa, reporting for Zanis in Choma, Southern Province.
We now go for our first set of commercials, and still ahead in our news, Mtendere streets lit up. Stay tuned. The Road Development Agency, RDA, has signed various contracts worth 75 million for the Pave Zambia project on the Copper Belt. RDA Chief Executive Officer Las Mwape has told TV2 News that the stretch of 20.5 kilometers of roads will be worked on. Mr. Mwape, however, says the works under the Pave Zambia project are progressing well since being launched in Lusaka's Chawama compound in 2011. Meanwhile, residents in Chawama compound have told TV2 News that they are happy with the benefits from the Pave Zambia project. Details in this report.
Road infrastructure in Chawama constituency has never been the same again. This is after the implementation of the Pave Zambia project in the area. Various roads are now paved, and TV2 News has gone back to where the project started from back in 2011. Residents can tell the difference between then and now.
At least we can now walk freely when it is raining because there is no mud.
We are happy with the paved roads because we used to walk in mud.
Nevertheless, some residents want other roads which were not done to be paved as well.
We would like government to pave other roads as well. They should pave the roads that have not been paved yet.
And the Road Development Agency, RDA, has continued implementing the project in other parts of the country. Various contracts have since been signed in the Copper Belt province worth 75 million kwacha. Additionally, a 20.5 kilometer stretch will be paved under the project in the Copper Belt.
So far, the works have progressed well, and we have finished the formations, and we are just remaining with the paving. And after that, we are also moving on to Lusaka province, where we start with Mwansabombwe and Kawamba, where we want to pave about 20 kilometers total. So we are rolling out the program.
The Pave Zambia project, which was conceptualized in 2011, is aimed at improving the condition of urban roads in the country. Lucky Piri, TV2 News, Lusaka.
Mounting of solar street lights along the Mtendere Main Market Road in Lusaka has started. The project is being implemented using World Development Funds at a cost of 275,000 kwacha. More in this report.
It is a moment of relief for the people of Lusaka's Mtendere compound as the mounting of solar streetlights is underway. It is the first time development of such kind has been implemented in this area. Mtendere residents have told TV2 News in an interview that the initiative could not have come at a better time. This is as the community have recently been faced with gang attacks.
natumva bwino sana kama ndo akabatwale mune twale chitiko bushiko imuna nduna maflafi bajabanga tumva bwino sana
era mose mina nafakira manani haya kukafipo siku Sumankala black money in the market yard.
I think this is a good development which we've seen, that the community of Mtendera has got no police post. And I think with this help of the street lights, they will help the community to reduce crime. Like, you know, Mtendera is one of the communities which has got those boys called fluffies.
And area civic leader Watson Mtonga says the streetlights are a response to the concerns from members of the community.
Why we settled on the streetlights is the complaints from the stakeholders, as the community has been passing through a lot of challenges, mostly here at the market where all the business is happening here and people have been working in the dark.
Mr. Mtonga has further told TV2 News that the streetlights will ensure safety in the community.
When the streets are light up, it means people can't be attacked at night. So this is a relief to those who want to come and board buses at night, even those who go to Soweto around 0304. It means the security will be highly improved. And
the residents have applauded the local authorities and remain hopeful that the initiative will extend to other parts of the area. David Likando Jr., TV2 News in Lusaka.
Let's go for another commercial break, and still ahead in our news, a girl with cerebral palsy receives donation. Stay tuned. We continue with the news. A well-wisher has come to the aid of the 12-year-old girl, Taonga Banda of Lusaka Chawama compound, who has been suffering from cerebral palsy since 6 months from her birth. Live Radio Company Executive Officer Jamaa Nkoma says the company was touched by her story and felt the need to make the donation of a wheelchair and other assorted items. This is after the story was aired on TV2 News on Sunday this week. More in this report.
She cannot speak, but from her action, one can tell how excited this young girl is. Her happiness is joined by the people who have visited their home today. They are here on a special mission, that is to help Taonga Banda, who's been relying on her mother's back for movement. With them is a wheelchair and some assorted items for the family.
We are just responding to a distress call. We felt touched when we saw the clip on ZNBC, and I talked to my management team and felt compelled to respond to this. I think every parent would picture what they would go through to have a child like her. So we felt compelled to come and respond to this call. It's not only government who should be responding to such cases. I think even us as stakeholders, we are in the media, we should be able to act when we hear such cases. And I can also urge other stakeholders out there to come forward and help out. We have a number of cases like this in our communities.
However, the family is short of words as the help rendered has come at a time when hope was lost.
Koza kwanza kushita food kwenda na kucheche kama kwenda kucheche utakangala mcheche kumlela so hapa na mikamu so that
Taonga has been suffering from cerebral palsy since 6 months from her birth, and help has appeared right at their doorstep just after TV2 News ran a story recently of the family appealing for help. Martha Bana, TV2 News, Lusaka.
The Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, CCPC, has seized assorted goods worth more than 7,000 kwacha from traders in 6 districts in Wapula province. The affected districts are Samfya, Mwense, Kawambwa, Mwansabombwe, Nchalenge and Chembe. Among the assorted goods are biscuits, snacks, agro inputs which did not have expiry dates, while others did not meet the mandatory product information standards. CCPC Public Relations Officer Namkolo Kasumpa has confirmed the seizure of the goods in a statement available to TV2 News in Lusaka. Ms. Kasumpa says the seizure took place in joint inspections conducted in more than 100 trading places just this month. We now go for another commercial break, and still ahead is Post News. Stay tuned. And now to sports news. The 2018 FIFA World Cup has kicked off with hosts Russia currently playing Saudi Arabia in the opening match of the championship. The match has been preceded by an opening ceremony graced by President Vladimir Putin at Moscow's Luzhniki Stadium. The world's football showpiece features 32 teams, including holders Germany, competing in 64 games over 32 days. The 21st edition will be played in 12 stadia across 11 cities, spread over 1,800 miles. Germany, who beat Argentina in the 2014 final, are looking to become the first team to win back-to-back World Cups since 1962, while Brazil seek a record extending 6th world title. The month-long tournament is expected to attract 1.5 million fans to Russia and an estimated global television audience of over 3 billion viewers. And now to end the news, a look at the headlines again. 3 students at the University of Zambia, Unza, have been suspended for allegedly masterminding the Saturday, June 9, 2018 students' protest over a power outage case at the institution. An unknown woman has dumped a newly born baby in a sewer pond in Overspill compound in Choma, Southern Province. The body of the baby was found at the Southern Water and Storage Company ponds, attracting scores of onlookers. And finally, in sports news, the 2018 FIFA World Cup has kicked off with the host Russia currently playing Saudi Arabia in the opening match of the championship. The match has been preceded by an opening ceremony graced by President Vladimir Putin at Moscow's Luzhniki Stadium. Well, that's our news. We have another bulletin coming away at 20 hours. Good evening.